Concentration of solutions. Okay, so we know that a solution is formed when you mix a solute or dissolve a solute into a solvent. Okay, a solution is you getting a solute and dissolving it into a solvent. Okay, so solute is dissolved, solvent does the dissolving. Okay. Concentration is the amount of solute per quantity of solvent. Okay, so we're dissolving a solute into a solvent. Phenol is a very volatile chemical. Okay, high concentration of phenol can actually kill you. But if you look at certain medications, okay, like certain antiseptics, okay, certain disinfectants, you will find one of the medicinal ingredients is phenol. Okay, but at the right percentage, okay, the right concentration of it is actually beneficial. Okay, so low concentrations of phenol are components found in certain medicines like antiseptics or disinfectants. So it's really important that even though that it's got this hazardous property, that knowing what concentration to use can help you determine how much, of it can we use without it killing you, right? Because we look at these things, antiseptics, disinfectants, things to help you. Okay? So concentrations as mass per volume percent. Chemists express concentrations of an unsaturated solution as a mass of solute dissolved per volume of solution. Okay? Similar yet different to solubility. So what we're looking at is what mass of solute, what mass are we going to dissolve in a specific volume of solution. And we have here what we call an unsaturated solution, so which means I have room to put more solute in if I want to. But I'm not going to put the maximum amount of solute. Okay. So a mass volume percent gives the mass of a solute dissolved in a volume of solution, and it's referred to in percent form. Okay. So mass per volume percent, or we might write it down as MV percent. Okay, mass per volume percent is equal to the mass of the solute, and these are very important to know. Make sure you know what units. Okay, we're using grams and we're using milliliters for the volume. So if your question gives you your answer in liters, make sure you convert liters to milliliters. Remember that there is, in 1 liter, there is how many milliliters? 1,000. Okay, 1,000 milliliters. Okay, so we're going to have the mass of the solute divided by the volume of the solution. Now, there's another possibility of using. This is the method I personally prefer. Remember in stoichiometry we were looking at ratios. Okay? So, mass per volume ratio, we can write as a fraction as a mass over volume. Right? To get percent, what do we always do with our number? E? Multiply by 100. So what we're treating it as, this mass over volume, we're treating it as whatever the mass is, okay? So X mass in grams divided by 100 milliliters. Okay? So we're going to do that, and we're going to use that, and we're going to make that equal to this. And now that might seem kind of a little messy here, but we'll see it, and let's look at one of the first sample problems. A pharmacist adds 2.00 milliliters of distilled water to 4.00 grams of a powdered drug. The final volume of the solution is 3.00 milliliters. What is the concentration of the drug in grams per 100 milliliters of solution? What is the percent, mass per volume percent of this solution? So let's start off with our initial equation. So we have a mass per volume percent, which is equal to the mass of the solute divided by the volume of the solution times 100 to give us an answer in a percent. So, what is the mass of the solute? So, we know that a pharmacist adds 2.0 milliliters of distilled water to 4.0 grams of a powdered drug. So, we are dissolving a powdered drug into distilled water. So, 4.00 grams of the powder divided by the volume of the solution, and it says the final volume of the solution is, here, let's just erase that there so you can see it, 3.00 milliliters. So we have 3.00 milliliters, and we're going to multiply it by 100, and our answer is going to equal to 133% or mass per volume. So, now, this 100% can be written as follows. 133 grams is going to be dissolved in 100 milliliters of solution. So if we divide these two, right? If we divide these two, we're going to get 1.33, right? And when we convert this as a percent, we then multiply it by 100. So in other words, notice this 100 milliliters, we're always going to refer to it as in 100 milliliters because that will also give us our percent. So 133% mass per volume is also equal to 133 grams is going to be dissolved in 100 milliliters of volume. So here's our mass, 133 grams. Here's our volume, 100 milliliters. And we're finding it in terms of a percent. Okay, so our answer that we get as a percent can also be related to grams per 100. Okay.